Here we go. Well, hello, everybody. It's Dr. Hank, and welcome to the Mastermind group for real estate professionals everywhere in the United States. And we got people from all around, and we have just such good news today to share with you that I would recommend that you write down information, things that you hear, because you want to be at the cutting edge and be aware of real estate like nobody else is. And this is where to get that information. In fact, I even have, if you ask me for it, that I have a Word document that many of these things that I have compiled, all this updated information, so you're at the cutting edge of and the real professional that you all are. And but again, I would suggest that you write it down, and then you can also ask me for that. And our format, as usual, will be I will open it up and share some good news. We're going to have a special segment today where you're going to learn about a new leads program that we have been developing, and it has taken off. And it's with qualified buyers, it's with people that still have their jobs, it's to help these people that serve our communities. It's just amazing. And Teresa Price is leading that whole amazing opportunity to be able to serve others and at the same time get lots of business, like typically 2 leads a week that you can get as you develop this strategy. And then we're going to open it up, and we're going to open it up to any questions that you have, etc. We will also do a prosperity meditation. And so if you aren't into meditation yet, that this is a great opportunity for you to go to the kingdom within, if you will. Hey, Angelica, how are you? There, my little angel Angelica is, and Helica. I call her my angel. And you guys have been just amazing. Like, I'm looking at some of the agents here that are on, and that, we didn't have business before. Now we have business. Some are brand new agents, some are experienced agents, some have been in the business for a long time, but haven't experienced this kind of business as before. And that's why you want to make sure that you always attend Tuesdays Mindset, our mastermind group together. And then on Wednesday, we do it for your list and for your sphere of influence and for your family and for your children, and that is health, wealth, and success. And that's every noon Central Time, and all of these Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday are Central Time. And then if you're a real estate agent, my patented process, your GPS to real estate success, is on Thursday at noon, and to invite all agents and brokers to bless them with this amazing opportunity to be able to grow their business and their wealth and really their life. So are you ready? Here we go. That this is exciting times, folks, that we are reopening, okay? And when I say that, probably most say, oh yeah, we're reopening the world, and the restaurants are more open now or whatever. But there's more important reopening that is actually happening here, and it's reopening of a new era for you, where you are going to be able to control your own prosperous destiny like you've never done before. And it's just amazing. Like, these next 4 months are the most explosive real estate months that we'll experience so far in our career, if we believe so, and if we take the action and the things that we have been sharing on this mastermind. And so it's really an exciting time. It's also an exciting time and with the most recent changes that have happened in the world, it's really a time to love each other. And so when we love each other, that, color, race, sex, all that just goes away. I mean, I see each one of you as just this glowing light and these beautiful divine beings, and that's who we all are. And so just love one another, and that's all I'm going to say about that topic. It's the only thing necessary, because it's all in our control, that we are the creators of our experience. And so how do you want it? And then let's also kiss our fears goodbye. And so bye-bye to our fears. and kiss our prejudices goodbye, okay? And then let's welcome in this new prosperous world. And again, I'm going to show you how. One of the ways is through our meditation that we'll do a little bit later, and that you'll see that as you thrive and you are loved and you are providing service, that everything that you wanted will come to you. And so pay no attention to those changes other than to say those are what I don't want and what do I want. And as long as you just stay in the realm of love, of prosperity, of identifying what you desire, that you'll thrive, and everybody around you will thrive. One of us connected to God is more powerful than millions that aren't. And so we just will be connected and say hallelujah to all of that. So I'm going to start out with the broader picture, broader perspective. Again, I would suggest that you take notes, that this is the cutting edge, leading edge information in real estate now that you will want to know. So remember, the next 4 months is your time to shine, and we're in that month right now. It's June 2nd, and so the time has begun. And for those of you that have been planting seeds, as I suggested you do for the last 3 months or so, that your harvest is about to come. If you haven't been planting seeds, the good news is you can plant seeds right now. We're going to give you those seeds that it's going to be a real fast harvest, you know, like you don't have to wait till fall or anything, that it literally, by the time you're done here today, you have planted the seeds and they will start growing into your magnificent life and your ever-growing business. So let's take a look, first of all, the S&P 500. It's only down 5.8%. Okay, so everybody was like, oh my goodness. And that affects us because if we aren't having, you know, if there isn't prosperity with this S&P 500, that typically what happens is there's less jobs, which means there's less homes, et cetera. So the good news is it's only down 5.8%. In fact, it's risen 36% since March. And so, like, the most incredible, it's the biggest growth that has happened since 2009 and before that ever. And so it's like everything is getting better. So on the financial end, okay? 4 million more people than expected came off of unemployment in the last month. 4 million people, okay? And so than expected came off on unemployment, which means there's employment, there's jobs, that because the economy was just fine. It was just an imposed government because they thought they were fearful that millions would die from this flu, and it ended up not happening. 99.9% of us are all fine, and guess what? The flu season is over, so we can go out and have fun. However, we do want to respect the laws and whatever the laws are made up on doing, and we also want to respect other people's beliefs, and so we all have different beliefs and desires, and so they want to wear masks or whatever, you know, they can. Speaking of that, by the way, that if you are in the DFW area, I have really good news that we're going to meet live on Saturday, the 13th of June. So write that down. Yes, yes, yes. That 11 to 1, and we'll have free lunch, and Maria Leach, who's our favorite loan officer, that she'll be there and providing lunch for us and all kinds of goodies. And she's cleansed and the whole area and everything, so it's all safe, if you will. And she has masks if you choose to wear a mask. Just know I will not be wearing a mask because I want to share my love, my germs with you, so you can build your immunities. And that's been happening for thousands of years. And so just to prepare you that we're going to have a lot of fun during that. So let's also, again, the broad picture, and then we're going to get right down to, hey, how can we help your real estate business? But this actually is, because by you being knowledgeable about these things, you will be amazed at how you'll start attracting clients, prospects, that you have these discussions and you start sharing your knowledge that basically it's hot off the press. I mean, some of this was just released like yesterday afternoon, and like I'm where exactly the S&P 500 is. Crude oil has risen $13.78, and that's important, especially for people in Texas, because again, it incurs jobs and, you know, things like that. So that's good. But now we're going to get into real estate specifically. And so those things definitely will affect our real estate, but they're all reasons why, wow, everything's starting to boom. It's opening up, and we're opening opening up to this new era for us of this prosperity, of this new freedom for us to be able to think and choose and have it the way that we want it. So the first thing is that know that home buyer interest surpasses the 2019 levels. So what is that? It's a purchase index that measures weekly volume for loans purchased and for loans to be able to be applied for. And it's at a 9% increase from last year. So there are lots of buyers out there, okay, and that they are more than we've experienced in years. And so it's like, wow, we got lots of business out there. And in Google Trends, they do a search, and it increased. They look at how many trends on real estate have been searched, and it increased from 68 points to 92 points just last week. So all of that means that people are, it's opening up, folks. It's exactly what we shared with you. The flu season is over, it's June, that we are opening up, and so we're going to see this just booming, but you will see whatever you believe and whatever you focus on. And so I want to make sure that we all focus on, hey, there's going to be more of what we want, and more referrals, more business, more listings, more buyers. Now let's talk about the buyers. Why are there so many buyers in the market? Well, the reason why is this is the fourth consecutive week that the 30-year fixed rate has been below 3.3%. So it's an opportunity for buyers. And again, every buyer that you talk to, there's typically there are more buyers than there are sellers. And so it's a seller's market, and it's getting to be more so right now. And so the reason why your buyers can buy more house, right? Because it's 3.3%. It's some of the lowest interest rates in the history of interest rates. And so like now is the time in order to buy. So that's the good news for buyers. Opportunity for sellers is that, and a lot of people said, oh, the pricing of homes is going to go down. And I told you, no, it's not. It's going to actually stay even or go up. It's already increased. Asking prices have moved by 1.5%. So you need to tell your people that are thinking about listing, and if they're concerned again about, whatever, getting this flu or whatever, that, let them know flu season is over. 99% of us are fine. And, but tell them, hey, we can do everything virtual. And so we have everything virtual. We were made for this. In fact, that this has been a blessing as far as everybody wants to go more virtual. Remember, and I shared with you that, this isn't green isn't the big focus. It's clean now. And so I would write that down, that clean is the focus for your customers. Clean, not necessarily, green's important, but not as important as clean. So we have everything clean. We can do virtual open houses, virtual showings, that we can do everything. We do the closings virtually. I mean, we literally have everything set up for you to be able to do that easily and quickly. And so this is just great news. There's the data behind it. So it's just not, made up, if you will, that this is what's happening. And so it's up to you to say, hey, am I going to take advantage of this? That the spring, the March, April, May, that those 3 months, weren't the really good months this year like they normally are, that we're going into the really good months. And I can also share with you that flu season will come back in October, and they'll start doing a little of the shutdown, whatever, type of thing. By that time, using technology, we'll have vaccines. We already have vaccines. It's a matter of how to distribute them and how effective they are. And so there still needs to be some things done on that. But remember, you attract whatever it is. So if you fear that you're going to get this, that you'll attract, whatever it is. So remember that you are the attractor of your experience, the creator of your experience. So now I'm going to switch gears a little and share with you on what the 4 steps that clients, all your clients and prospects are looking for. And so we could put this under a category of customer service, if you will, of really caring about your client. But here are 4 steps on how you want to really hone in now so that you're the preferred real estate agent. So you have a great experience, they have a great experience, and everybody is happy, and you can create this. So here are the 4 things. First of all, respond right away. Be very responsive. And so typically etiquette is a text within 4 hours. If you can make it less than that, that's great. People some expect. I had an agent the other day that after an hour of not responding, they're going like, "What's wrong with you? You know, are you still here?" And it's like, what? You know, I'm not going to be a slave to anything, especially my phone. And but you know, we want to make sure that we're responsive. So you know, I would regularly check your phone for that. And then emails are typically within 24 hours. Again, I would recommend that you be even better at that and you do it. So number 1 is respond right away. Number 2 is really get in this mode, and you can use this in with your family and everybody else, but to ask questions. Okay, so hey, how are you doing? You know, how well are you doing, to kind of lead them into the wellness versus the not. Ask them about the questions about, you know, not only how they are, how they're feeling, how their family is, and then ask questions about what did they want? Where are they now? The world has changed, and many people have changed. Their desires and wants are different. They realize that, wow, I need to be with virtual people, you know, people that are doing virtual stuff, like, you know, everything that we're doing. Like I say, this whole thing, we were built for this, to be able to really be able to get into this virtual opportunity for us. And so this idea about asking questions. So always remember, quit thinking about, oh, what am I going to talk to them about? Just forget that. Just say, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to ask questions, and I'm going to allow God to give me divine ideas, and just let it go. And so enjoy it. Have fun. When you talk to a prospect, know that most people are in fear right now. You're going to be the leader, and you're going to show them joy and happiness and confidence, okay, on what you want. So respond right away, ask questions, and then celebrate successes. And so it can be the littlest thing that we could celebrate. Hey, just that we've initially connected and talked live. So a prospect, and you're saying, hey, I just want to say how happy I am that, you know, we were able to connect and talk about this and ask questions to understand what your needs are. And it's, you know, just fabulous. And then celebrate when they get qualified, okay, pre-qualified. Celebrate when they find their home, but really make an emphasis on celebration. What happens is, remember, people buy from people they like. It really has to do with that, and really nothing else. That's why when people say like, oh, you know, the market's going to $575 commissions or whatever, just forget that. I've been hearing that for 20 years, and none of my agents do that. There's no reason to do that. In fact, go 3 to 5%. Think the other side on it, on, you know, what you're going to be able to do. But as you, when they think about you, they just think happy thoughts, and they can't wait for you to call, okay? Because you're always so upbeat, because you're always celebrating, because when you look for the good, you'll find it. Knocking, the door shall be open. What door are you knocking on? Okay, and so we want to make sure that we know that we're knocking on the door, the happy door, okay? And that, you know, some people say, oh, well, you know, get serious. Well, where does that get you? You know, where does that get you on the fear, talking about these changes that happen in the world? You can't control them, and you know, all it does is get you and your family and your kids. I had now from first responders, I had a 9-year-old boy that's sitting in tears again on his bed because he thinks he's going to die. You know, kids don't even get this flu. You know, it's like, and there have been flus, by the way, that have been like attack 25 to 45-year-old. You know, this is typically the elderly, 40% are 80 or over that have passed away, and so you know, everything is fine. So let's just get away from thinking that. And you want to be the happy person. You want to be thinking about what you can control, and you can control right now to be happy or not. So that's the third one, celebrate successes. And when you do that, they'll just want to be by you. And we all want to be by each other, you know, to celebrate that. The fourth one is follow up. And so maintain the relationships after close. So of course you follow up during the transaction, but it's important, and really we did that on respond right away, number one, but follow up, build these relationships. This is under our referral program. This is really fertile ground where you will be amazed at how people will be your advocate, and then it's easy. Then you don't have to be paying money. You don't have to be, you know, cold call. All that goes away. And you can just be getting all of these wonderful, warm leads on people where you can serve them and they can be really happy with their new home, the American dream. And you can be happy with lots of money. And remember, money just means freedom. And we're all here, by the way, for more freedom. So those are the 4 best customer service strategies. And any thoughts, comments about that before we move on? Did you like that?
Well, I totally agree that the quicker you get back to somebody and you're consistent about that,
yeah,
that'll keep a customer for life.
Yeah. And Paula, I'm so proud of you. And I've heard you're just cooking out there, and you got deals going, and it's just awesome. And looking at Angelica is, Chris is, and that's who's on my screen right now. It's just amazing on how you guys have just taken off and just embraced all of this. And, you know, you attend every week, and it's like osmosis, you know, it just kind of gets into your mind and into your heart, you know, on, hey, this is how we want to be, you know. And so now we're going to move into, you know, we have 5 amazing lead strategies that, again, have a lot to do with heart. And last week I shared with you on the new home strategy, and it is a strategy where you can get 10 warm leads a week. All of you have new home builders. So because this is a seller's market, that we need to look for, hey, where's the inventory? And where the inventory is the home builders. And so we talked that whole strategy, how they predicted home builders to decrease by 20%, and actually they did, and they're flat right now, which means that they are just booming and rocking and going, and that's where one of the places for your inventory. And we have a way to basically every buyer is going to say yes to you, because we have different tools and technologies like nobody else has to be able to do it. One of our other strategies, though, is our first responder strategy. And to be clear, first responders, police, fire, EMS, you know, that all of those first responders. In fact, I'm looking at Danny right now. He was a police officer and a first responder, now a successful real estate agent with millions of dollars worth of real estate business he's doing right now. And so that's another way that we can bless them. But who's heading that up is Teresa Price. And hello, Teresa.
Hey, everybody. Hello, Dr. Hank.
Hello, darling. And we just thank you so much for being willing to share this amazing strategy. We got into this, I don't know, 6 months ago or whatever, where you just had a real passion to help first responders because of your experience. And I was wondering, you know, maybe if we take a few minutes here, and more specifics will be provided, and we're going to actually do a podcast exclusive to this. But can you tell us a little about the first responders? And you know, it is a lead program, but we do it with so much heart, we kind of forget about that end. But just last week you got 2 warm leads, is that correct, from this 4? I'm sorry, I'm always conservative and on this stuff. That yeah, we doubled. She already doubled, so she already got 4 leads, warm leads last week. How many deals did you close last month from this program?
Well, in April there were 3.
Yeah, 3 closings. So 3 closings, 4.
There were 2 in May that was a referral from a first responder.
That's great. That's just beautiful. And so can you tell us a little about, maybe just briefly a little background and then into, what the real nuts and bolts of this are and how anybody around the country could be able to do this?
So we are now first responder resources, and we have three legs. We have the health and wellness that we offer. We have the business and career opportunities, and then we have the real estate and financial contributions. And so there's now three legs to it.
Right.
And just to talk about the real estate side of it for starters, is that we are offering them obviously our highest level of standard customer care,
Yeah.
number one. And number two, we are offering them pretty substantial financial contributions. And so once the transaction or double transaction is complete, we put together a value package. And the last closing for a retired police chief was $10,203.
Oh my God. This is real life savings, folks, that he did. And is that Mike Wilson?
Yes.
Yeah, and so I actually talked to Mike Wilson, and he was just gleaming over on how he had 10,000, showing me what he did with the 10,000. He did some improvements on the new home that they did. That was a double one. Teresa sold his home, and then he was right sizing as he was retiring. The beauty of these first responders is that it's not like a new company and they're all millennials, okay? That there's millennials who are getting into the nesting stage that we've talked previously about, but then there's also people throughout the whole stage. And so if they're getting into the nesting stage, they need a bigger home. If they're going to retire, smaller home, or empty nesters at the, smaller home. So you're looking, and it's a constant thing. So this isn't just, today that, these are old established organizations, if you will, that are just beautiful. So yeah, great, Teresa.
So the other piece in there that I wanted to mention that's really blown up recently is the career and business opportunities. And the intent behind that was to offer first responders a new purpose and a new career upon retirement, on the job injuries and conditions. And so I'll just give you a quick example. We are partnered with the Lions Strategy Group that does leadership and resilience training.
Okay.
So the entire city hires them. They go in and do a 3-week multiple session course that's mandatory. And so we had the opportunity to present the first responder resources program. And so what I learned later, a dispatcher and a police officer contacted me last week, and they're interested in the mindset and all the health and wealth stuff, but they're also both interested in getting their license and becoming part-time realtors to have a business to land when they retire. And really both of them are looking at a retirement strategy, one sooner than the other.
Yes.
So because of the stress and because of the lifestyle. And then on the real estate side, in the presentation to the city of Frisco, there was we've extended the financial contributions to all city members, officials, employees. And so we got a call. Actually, she walked up to us in a session from one of the animal control officers. And then last week, we got a call from another dispatcher. Both have met with the first responder lender. We have one so far, and they're both qualified to move forward.
That's great. And so understand that you guys can do this anywhere in the United States. And so that mindset, I can go like on a Zoom or maybe even fly there depending on the opportunity, and understand we don't charge for any of this. And so last week or in the last 2 weeks, I've given like 3 presentations to these groups and to help them with their mindset. And it's just amazing on how they come up afterwards and talk, and they just love this because they've never had any of this, and they're basically, you know, into these situations that are pretty much not very friendly, nice situations, that because of, you know, their job, you know, walking into a fire or walking, you know, whatever, wherever. And so it's just a great opportunity for you to be able to offer that free service of me, if you will, on mindset, and then also this real estate opportunity to buy, sell, as well as career opportunities. And we're doing other things. We're doing health insurance. We're doing financial assistance, and retirement assistance, and how to manage their money management. So we're doing a lot of different things. Yes.
So I will tell, so here's my new thing I'm so excited about, is what does that look like? So all of you wonderful partners on the call, you're probably sitting there wondering, how do I fit into that, and what does it look like for me? And I think that's important to give you a vision. So, okay, so you are, you have a presentation, or one of the Alliance Strategy CEO or leaders, speakers, have a presentation, or just get up and do a conversational interview with you in front of a room of 50 first responders, supervisors, police officers, firefighters, whoever the opportunity is. And you will have the opportunity to present what first responder resources offers. So that's really one way to do this.
Yeah.
And the expansion is growing. So the Lion Strategy Group can only be, Mike and Mike can only be in one place at the same time.
Right.
So one of the other things is they're going to be expanding into different cities. So my point is that through the court, that's what it looks like to you. The other thing that it might look like to you is, once we have tools for you to use, like this .org, then you'll be able to refer people on social media to it with your name on it. You can reach out to other first responders. And here's the big ticket. The big ticket is that I'm getting an incredible response reaching out to other first responders to tell them this: we support you and your family's businesses. We would like you to participate in the First Responder Resources Program. So 2 weeks ago, I got a response from a firefighter in Waxahachie who also has an inspection business. He is now part of the preferred lender list, and said that he has a friend that's not a first responder that needs to sell their home in Waxahachie and move to Dallas. So that's what it's going to look like for you. That's important for you to have a vision for how this would fit into your life. It's creating multiple different avenues and streams of relationships and referrals. And it's face-to-face, it's a heart program, and there's a lot more detail to it, but it really covers a lot of things we've been talking about in the last couple of weeks. You want to reach out to businesses, you know what, they're going to eventually be a referral source. If you want to reach out to first responders, can you think of an industry with more multiples of people? And once you've got a posse out there that knows you, you probably could make this your only lead generation program. It's about 80% of mine now.
Wow. Wow, that's just amazing. And so really a next step for each one of you, if you like this program, again, you could go to a new home builder if you want to. You know, we have all these different strategies. It's a buffet, and you pick which one. But if you pick this one, your first step would be identify the closest, and Teresa, you know, you may want to add to this, but identify the closest police station or fire station that you want to work with. Tell us that. We'll go to Mike and Mike. Okay, I call them the Mike and Mike show. And they love us, and we're giving all of this. You know, I'm giving away my books, my speaking, and, you know, just everything. And we're helping them with this first responders resource group, which they, by the way, don't have. none of them have any of this stuff available to them. And so they just love it. And we're adding new services, as we go. And so you can be part of that. And so typically we could get you a referral right into Mike, and Mike will know they're well known. And if they aren't, if anything, we'll tell you how to approach them in that fire department, police station, whatever, on how to do that. So we'll help you to get in. And then when you get in, again, if you're outside of DFW, that you can use me on that. They could all have a meeting. Again, there's no budget constraints because we're free, and I can do mindset. And so I have a reputation with them also. And so it's a very easy in, if you will. And any thoughts on that, Teresa, as far as their next step to identify that?
Oh my gosh, there's so many things going on right now. In a year, it's going to look completely different and fantastic. Couple of comments. So one of my first responder police chief in Forney contacts client recently referred the new fire chief. So I went back to Mike and said, I would like for you to call Mike at the police chief, and he's going to hook you up with the city manager to do this in Forney. So we follow him around like puppy dogs, right? But it's important to attend these functions so that you start learning what exactly the Lion Strategy Group is doing. And so you have the opportunity at the end of sessions to shake hands and say hello and give your business card. Now, we only use First Responder Resources business cards, which leads to my next good news.
Okay.
So I'm with one of my exclusive DFW Builder Buyer Program sales consultants.
Right.
And it's all about new construction, and then here's how it looks. By the way, and I hand her my red card, I am also involved with the First Responder Resources Program. Well, people get so excited about it. So 2 weeks ago, she called me and said, there's a new police officer in Salina, and I want you to help him. So the point for you is that so for me, it's become, I've got my regular real estate, Teresa Price Realtor business card, but everything is, oh, and by the way, I'm also a first responder realtor.
Wow.
And so they really love that. And there's a lot of referrals and contacts being made just by doing that.
Wow. That's just really, that is fabulous. And it helps these wonderful people. And just to be clear, first responder, 99.99% of them are amazing. There's the one bad egg that, happens once in a while. And again, whatever you focus your attention on, these people are out there to serve us and to, keep law and order and keep us safe and whatever. And so they just, and to save our lives, that they are just amazing. And so people really resonate with that whole thing. Just one more minute left. Teresa, any other thoughts you'd want to share with us?
I would, if you're interested in becoming part of the program, there is an agreement. Okay. And the agreement really maps out for you the details, and there's some guidelines that we have to follow. For instance, we don't want to all use that same business card with our own information on it, as an example. And then secondly, to be on my list, once you are a first responder realtor, I want to put you on a list where you are contacted about the different events. Like we've got the City of Killer coming up in 2 weeks, so we'll be out there for a couple of weeks.
Yeah.
And let me encourage, what would be the next best step.
Yeah. And again, it would depend on your, neighborhood and where you are, your location, on whatever state or whatever. Well, that's fabulous, Teresa. We thank you so much for that input. Anybody have any questions for Teresa about the First Responders Program that is now doing 80% of her business, and she You know, by cans, you made, 35 grand last month. Last Friday, she made 9 grand. I mean, you just use the numbers, and this is service with heart, and then making lots of money because whatever you give, that you're going to get back. Any other thoughts on that? Okay, everybody, sounds great. Now what we're going to do is, so this is the last part, and it's going to be a good part. By the time you're done here, you're going to be flying with your angels and feeling good. And so the real way, the number one way for you to get business, for you to be happier, to have a better life, to really take advantage of this new era now of prosperity for you, is to go within. It's the kingdom within. And we're going to go into the kingdom within now, and we're going to call forth what we want. And that is, this service, this abundance, to be happier, healthier. And because we are the creators of our experience, but we got to ask for it. And so this is our asking, this is our prayer. And so what I would ask you to do is to close your eyes now and just relax. And, every week, if you can just embrace these moments when we do these meditations on Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, that it will get you more connected with God, with the universe, whatever your higher self, than you have ever been before. And God will lead you. The Father will do the work and give you everything that you want. And just by doing this 3 times per week. So close your eyes. And really just ask your mind, say, just quiet my mind now, and I'm going to relax. I want you to breathe in deeply. Breathe in 5 seconds. All the way down to your toes, and then breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. And really, really give it your all the way down to your toes, and breathe out and say to yourself, relax. Breathe in and breathe out. And this is so good for you, so healthy for you. It will provide the clarity, the connection, the love, the prosperity that you have wanted. Breathe in and breathe out. These times that we are living is such a blessing. And we bless these times, we bless ourselves, we bless our family, our friends, all the people that we can serve. We just relax. We call forth now prosperity. We call forth the abundant life that we have been told we can have. We now ask for that. And breathe in deeply. And breathe out. Now I want you to just relax the top of your head and open up your crown. Open it up wide and allow the love of God to flow down into you now, and every cell and every thought, every emotion throughout your body, a beautiful white light of love flowing into you, that liquid white light flowing in you, through you, and all around you. Relax your forehead, relax your eyes, relax your jaw, relax your neck and shoulders, and allow relaxation to flow down your arms now, through your hands and your fingers, feeling so relaxed, so at ease. The meek shall inherit the earth, and we are now the meek. As we relax and allow God to flow in to every cell and thought and feeling that we have. Relaxing our chest, relaxing our lungs, relaxing our stomach and all of our beautiful organs that work just miraculously, providing us this better health that we call forth. That we now go to our heart and we just love our heart and just give love to your heart. Now open up your heart and allow your heart to be open and receptive to the love of God and all that is. And allow that love to now flow into every cell of your body, to flow into your mind in loving thoughts and loving feeling. That we are all now kinder to ourselves, to each other, to our loved ones, and to the world. We're kinder, more loving. We now stand in a place of peace and tranquility. We stand in a place of having an illuminated mind. The Christ mind that we have now is open. And we are feeling so good now. We relax our hips and we relax our thighs and our knees and our ankles and our feet down to our toes. And relaxation now flows fully and purely and powerfully through us, in us, and all around us. These words are of greatest advantage to us now and forevermore. So we breathe in the breath of God, and now breathe out. In the Bible, the word breath means spirit. Or spirit means breath. And so know that your spirit is breath, and your breath is spirit. Find now the vibration, the feeling, the signal of your financial abundance. Flow now and raise your point of attraction to that of more service, to that of more prosperity and abundance and business and closings, and more money flowing into all of our lives now in many ways, in many unseen ways. We now are open and receptive to all of that prosperity. We know that when we ask, that God makes more of it. We ask now for more prosperity, and then more prosperity is given to us. And it enriches everyone's life as we enrich our own. Abundance now quickly comes to us. And there's a power in these words and in our words as we are in this state of allowing prosperity to flow into our experience in magical and remarkable ways. As we allow and believe this to be so, our abundance becomes evident right now in this moment. We feel so abundant, so prosperous, so happy, so appreciative of this moment, this magical moment where we feel so good, each one of us, but together we feel so good. And together we bond together, we love together, we help and support and lift each other up. And by doing so, that we lift up the world. The path to financial abundance is an emotional path. And we have the power in this very moment to feel good, to feel as God feels. And when we do, the heavens part and all that we have asked for now flows into our experience. Abundance expands to match our desires. And we are the thinkers of thought. And this thought now creates the things that we have asked for. As we seek and find these things, that more of these things come now into our life. More business, more closes, more money, more happiness, more service to others. more ways, just amazing ways to be able to enjoy this life. We now look so forward to our bright futures. This is the era of our abundance. And we feel that and breathe that in now. Breathe in your era of abundance. And just release that out. And that breath is sending a message to everyone and everything, to your angels and all that is. Sending a message of abundance and prosperity and happiness and healthiness and all of our desires. Now, breathe in that beautiful aromatic smell of prosperity, of love, and have it flow in and flow out. We have now raised our vibration to that of our desires. We are now dancing with our angels, feeling so good, so on top of life, that we have risen above the ups and downs of life and now are in the stream of life, this beautiful stream that only brings well-being, and we now flow in this stream, flowing downstream where all of our desires are, as we just merrily row, row, row our boat gently down the stream. Merrily, 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 life is but our dream. And so that is our dream of the prosperity, the abundance, of the health, the happiness, of the love, of the kindness, of the thoughtfulness that each one of us now take and share with each other, our loved ones, and the world. And this is now done unto us. And so it is. Amen. Woo. And I invite you back into the room. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Open up your eyes. Welcome this beautiful thing we call life. And I feel good, like I knew that I would. So good, so good, so good, so good. Yeah, I feel good. We feel good. Woo! So let's open it up. We have a couple of minutes and let's open it up. And what did you like best? And how are you feeling? And that feeling good. Angelica, yeah, my little angel. What did you like best, Angelica?
Well, always the meditation. I mean, it's just after that, I just feel like I'm on cloud nine.
Yeah.
It's a good feeling.
Beautiful. And that's really all we need. You know, we're always told like we got to work hard or, you know, we got to figure it out. And that's not our job. The Father does the work. You know, our job is just to ask for what we want. And then meditation was asking for what we wanted, right?
That's right. And I also liked how you talked about celebrating your successes.
Yeah.
You know, and it helps everyone lift their spirit too. Hey, I did good. So
Yeah.
I love that part too. So.
Yeah, that's beautiful. And, you know, can you just share for a moment here on, like, you know, kind of where was your business and now because of all, you know, because of this umbrella that we have of your GPS, how has your business been now? And, you know, is it any better than when you first came on board?
Oh, definitely. I think you, most of all, for changing my mindset, you know, changing my mind and thinking positively all the time. And now, I mean, before I was pretty positive, but now it's even more. And then the law of attraction, yeah, how you helped me realize that it is, it's a true thing. So all the like-minded people that have come my way and, you know, we've formed a team now, Rebecca and I, and it's snowballing. There's just so many great people, so many great ideas, and I look forward. I want to take part in the first responders. I'm so excited about it.
Yeah, girl. Yeah, yeah. You'll see. It's easy and it's fun and again, you know, and what I would probably do specifically for you is, you know, just contact Teresa, and she's just such a blessing, and
Yes.
we'll give you the specifics on that, and you can also come to me on, hey, you know, where do you want to kind of start? You know, what city or whatever. Because you can start with the whole city too. You can go to the city, and the cool thing is we're not asking for any budget money. And that, you know, we're just saying, hey, we're going to give, and we're giving Dr. Hank to them on Mindset, and we have cities all over that have used this, and so we do it with everybody. You know, we've had city managers in there, that you know, mayors in there, that, and so you know, it can be everybody, but first responders, you know, is our main focus. Is we just so appreciate all their service that they've done for us, especially recently, you know. So that's great.
So, yeah, so definitely a huge improvement from where I was previously. I guess the mindset and the confidence that I have now, and the people that are just surrounding me now, it's just it's amazing. It's great. It's a great.
We become magnets, you know, these magnets. It's just so fun that you just start attracting what you want. And that's why you don't want to talk about, think about, post, read anything that doesn't make you feel good, anything that you don't like. And so you really have to stay away from it, because, you know, when this first started, that my son-in-law, who is a Black man, and just a wonderful guy, and I love him. And again, I don't even realize, like, when people started bringing this up, I had to think, who is Black, like, on my team or whatever. And finally I said, oh yeah, that's right, Danny is. Because, you know, I don't look at any of that stuff, you know, and all this is made up, and, you know, whatever. But I told him that you will see that as people fight against this, you'll get more deaths. And, you know, a police officer was killed in Oakland. You know, you'll get more unwanted things. And sure enough, what happened? And so that's the law of attraction in there. And so you just have to decide, what kind of life do I want? Because by you thriving, you'll better the life of the whole world and everybody around you than trying to fight for something that you don't want, you know. And I've always shared with, whatever you focus your attention on grows. So let's focus our attention. And I love, Angelica, on how you have brought this up on, you know, just on how your mindset and how you're better. And I bet you've rubbed up off on your hubby and kids too, haven't you?
Well, yeah, he wants to get his real estate license. He's working on it now. So
there you go, baby. There you go. Yeah, let's start doing it. And congratulations. And yeah, and you're considered a married couple, so, you know, there's only one investment, and, you know, whatever. So it's just going to be fantastic. Great. And so let's see. So with that, any other comments? One more comment? Anybody have a comment?
no, just thank you, Dr. Hank, for all you do for us.
Oh,
Do us all.
oh, well, thank you. And will you be able to come Saturday the 13th?
I should be, yes.
Yeah, 11 to 1. And so we'll be live. And then for those of you outside of DFW, just let me know that you could actually have a get together and put me on Zoom, and, you know, anytime, whatever, we just would coordinate that. So all of us anywhere can, you know, have these live meetings, get together. Human beings need to be hugged. You know, we need that. And and again, the flu season is over, and, you know, whatever, and just do what feels best. And you know what feels best. It's that, hey, you know, I want to connect. And so my angels told me, on Angel Connections, that Facebook group of mine, you know, my angels told me one day, hey, would you tell everybody that it's now time to start connecting? You know, and so it's called social connecting. Doesn't that sound good? Social connecting, that's what we're up about. So we like to laugh and have more fun. We like
to laugh and have more fun
as we increase our income.
As we increase our income.
Abundant mindset is our new game. Abundant
mindset is our new game.
And money is our middle name.
Money is our middle name.
Only good things come our way.
Only good things come our way.
Abundant mindset is what we say. Abundant
Abundant mindset
mindset
is what
is
we
what we
say.
say. Hey, hey.
Hey.
So we got a little singing in, we got our good meditation, our asking, our prayer now, and know that they are being answered. Love you all. Remember, tomorrow come with you, your family, with your sphere of influence, hearts to everybody, big hugs to everybody. I love that virtual hugging and kissing. And then again on Thursday for agents and brokers, a way to free your life like never before to build your business and wealth. This is Dr. Hank saying I love you all. I'm going to turn off the recording, but of course I'm still going to be on. So if you want to talk afterwards, that I will be on. So let me stop that recording. And